Our next speaker that you'll hear from this morning is a gentleman by the name of Frank Strickland. Frank is running for the state school board in District Number 7. He is a geologist, a business owner, and father of 5 and grandfather of 11. Congratulations to you. Frank is also founder of the Utah Christian Home Schools Organization. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a candidate in District Number 7, Frank Strickland.
Well, I've been looking forward to this. I feel we're in family here. A lot of the people that I've talked to in the past in groups have a little different flavor, and so as a result, I'm going to treat you as family. And I won't go over a lot of the reasons I'm against Common Core. As a scientist, there's a lot of them, and as a parent, there's even more. But what I would like to do is first of all, just give you the reasons that I'm running personally. As the founder of the second largest homeschooling organization in Utah back 30 years ago, that has mandated my being up here at the Capitol with other homeschoolers and with other types of people that are involved in educating their children, in defending that right. And every year, across the United States, every year, our right to control the education of our kids is in jeopardy. It could literally be restricted or even eliminated, as we've seen in several states. So, I'm familiar with what is involved in protecting that. In addition, this last year, the state school board voted on the Next Generation Science Standards, which is the science arm of the Common Core curriculum. Now, some people will say, well, it's not Common Core because it doesn't have Common Core in the name. Well, I'd love to go into that, but we don't have time. It actually is. It's read by the same group, funded by the same people, sent through the same channels, and tied into the same testing as Common Core. It is Common Core. And so, as a result, and as a scientist, I was curious what was coming down the pike. And I looked at it, and this is not good science. It is indoctrination. What we have here, the Fordham Institute looked at our current standards that are used in our schools and compared them with Common Core, and they said our current standards are far superior to the Next Generation standards, to the Common Core standards. We're going in the reverse direction. And when we started digging into it, I was in a committee of about 6 people that spent 2 years in trying to influence the direction of this. Governor Herbert, back in June 17th, 2014, said, we will not allow the national groups to dictate our curriculum here. Sorry to say, it was a failed promise. What they passed here this last fall was basically a rubber stamp of the Next Generation Science Standards. We did influence it some. The first draft that came out, and one of our members was on the parental review board, and raised a lot of ruckus because he brought up a lot of real science that a lot of the people didn't want to hear. The very first one, was literally a copy and paste, down to the copyright at the end. It couldn't have been any more obvious. But there were some changes made. They went back to the thesaurus, changed a few words, added Utah in a couple of phrases, but it's basically the same thing. And in order for the teachers to teach it, they have to go back to the national standards to get the actual classroom coursework in order to implement it. So even though it looks, kind of Utah-ish, the devil's in the details, and you have to actually go to the national standards. So that's why, one of the reasons I'm up here. How many here have ever gone before the state school board and in the public comment period try to make a public comment? Okay, how'd it go? We spend a fair amount of time on the public comment side. I want to get on the other side. I want to be on the listening side, so that when you come up there, there is an ear that will hear you out and invite you in and have an audience. So I really would like your vote, and I would give you little heads up. My district is the Salt Lake City district and Park City district. I think it was gerrymandered in order to get the two most liberal cores of Utah in one district. But as a result, we've got a window here that will probably never open again. Up until now, if there's been more than one candidate, the governor chose the candidate that advanced on to the general, and basically conservatives never made the cut. This year, he is not allowed to make that, and so everybody that filed is going up. In my district, we have 7 candidates. The other thing is, next year, there's going to be partisan races. So there would be a D or an R after the end of it. How do you think an R is going to fare in Salt Lake City and Park City from here on out? We have got a one-time opportunity to get somebody on the board from this district that we'll never have again. And I encourage you, if you know anybody in Salt Lake City that you can call, beg, pay off, whatever, to send in their ballot. I was talking to some people last night, and I talked to 12 people, no one wanted to send in their ballot. There are a lot of ballots sitting on tables and bureau drawers around this city. They need to get in, and a few votes will make a big difference. I am at the top of the ballot. I've got a little advantage there. The establishment is splitting their votes 6 ways below me, which helps. But they are establishment. The UEA is behind some of them. Actually, the incumbent has not got the UEA, so that helps. And then one of my other competitors has $23,000 into the war chest. Probably that billboard you saw was his. He's the only one who could afford it. I've got $23. So, I would really encourage you. I'm looking to the grassroots to get the word out. That is the only really effective way we can get this pulled off. So, I would love to see your involvement, and I really need it. Thank you.